ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवाद पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासरि घोर भक्तवंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा. So last time we discussed the fifth chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Anybody like to uh, give a revision or like to tell what they remember from the previous class? You can raise the hand. Anybody remembers or they don't remember? So in the fifth chapter, we discussed actually this few things. First thing is that how Arjuna is asking a question whether I should renounce or whether I should work with devotion, which is better. So then Krishna actually tells him how work in devotion is superior, hmm, superior to just renouncing this world. And then he talks about uh, equal vision, how we can develop that equal vision, how we can develop, or what is the basis of having equal vision. So the basis of equal vision is knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, that we are soul. So when we understand that we are soul, then it is very easy for us to see everyone equally. Because everybody is, whether one is black or white or Indian, African, everybody is a soul and everybody is a child of God, part and parcel of God. So this knowledge will help us to see everyone equally. And then Krishna also speaks about how we can achieve peace in this world. Now this Iran, Israel, this war is going on. So everybody wants peace, so that everybody lives happily. But then how can we have peace? Krishna tells in the fifth chapter, last verse. Bhoktaram Ignatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Surudam Sarvabhutanam Gyatmamam Shantiricchati. So when you accept Krishna as the supreme enjoyer, controller of all the three worlds, and also when you uh, accept him as a best friend. So when you accept Krishna as the center of our life, okay, so then it is easy for us to be peaceful. When God is in the center of everyone, there will be no quarrels. There will be no unnecessary quarrels amongst us. Hmm. So, and people will together serve God. So, this is about the fifth chapter. Today, we'll see the sixth chapter, Dhyana Yoga. So, there is four um, important themes: how the mind can act as an enemy or friend, and Ashtanga Yoga. What is this? how do we do this and what is the process, and how can uh, who is considered success and who is considered as failure on the path of bhakti yoga or in general yoga, and who is the greatest ashtanga yogi, who can be that. So these four themes, so we are going to discuss them first. Okay, so please repeat after me. Bandhur atmatmanastasya. Please repeat.
बन्धुर आत्मा समस्तस्य
येनात्मैवात्मना जितः
येनात्मा
येनात्ममात्मा जितः
अनात्मनस्तु शत्रुत्वे
अनात्मा
अनामनस्तु शत्रुत्वे
वर्तयितात्मैव शत्रुवात्.
वर्ते
वर्तयेतात्मया शत्रुवात्.
Yeah, yeah. Can anyone read the meaning? Anybody would like to read the meaning? Okay. Yeah, you can read. Unmute and read just.
For him who has conquered the mind is the best of friends. But for one who has failed to do so, his mind will remain the greatest enemy.
Yeah. So if you conquer the mind, it is your friend. But if you do not conquer, it is your enemy. So we see that when the mind is peaceful, controlled, it can do a lot of good. But when our mind is in not control, it can create havoc. So our five senses are like this five fingers, and this hand is like the mind. So the five senses take inputs through the sense objects of the sense objects. The eyes see something beautiful, like to see something beautiful. The ears like to hear something nice. So whatever we take through these five senses, they actually get stored in the mind. So if you take good inputs, then you have good outputs, or your mind will be proper. But if you take bad inputs, then your mind also will behave badly. Correct? So that's why we have to control the mind by taking good inputs. And we'll see later how to control this mind. We'll discuss more details. So, when mind is our friend, how does it act? This is how the mind acts. It follows the direction, whatever we give. Mind has tremendous power. You control it, then it acts as per our direction. And it is progressive and takes healthy choices, which is good for us. And it is detached from sense gratification. It doesn't get swayed away by the sense objects. And because of that, when the mind is controlled and it's our friend, you get freedom and elevation. Means you will be able to do things properly. Like a student, if his mind is controlled, he can study nice and pass the exam. He can go ahead in his life. But suppose his mind is not peaceful. So what will happen? The very same mind will create a havoc. Correct? It will distract him and he is not able to focus on what he is doing. So it creates a lot of problem. Correct? And when mind becomes our enemy, so it follows sinful desires like lust, anger. Because when mind is not controlled, then lust, greed, they take over the mind. And because they take over the mind gets irritated, agitated, misguided, and it becomes attached to sense gratification. Result is degradation. So now the question is how to control this mind. So the very word mantra means, anybody knows what is the meaning of mantra? The word mantra is man plus tra. Man is mind. Tra means that which helps us to deliver the mind or relieve the mind of all unnecessary anxieties, unnecessary impurities. So the Hare Krishna mantra is known as Maha Mantra, the best of all the mantras, recommended in Kali Yuga. So when you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So it is easy to control your mind. Why? Because you are associating with Krishna, who is Pavitram, pure. Then you get purified. Okay. And also, Krishna is known as Rishikesha. Rishikesha means the controller of mind and senses. So when you take shelter of him, you can very easily control your mind and senses. So that is how it that is how it acts. Okay. So we should take advantage of Krishna's association by chanting, by studying Bhagavad Gita. By chanting and studying Bhagavad Gita, we get the association of Krishna. So here is a nice analogy, how we can control our mind and senses. So in this chariot, the horses represent the five senses. The ropes represent mind, and Krishna represents intelligence. So when we have strong intelligence, we can control the mind and senses. Correct? The soul will be properly situated. Okay. The whole chariot is compared to body. So the horses will go in the right direction because the body, the mind senses are proper direction. Suppose the chariot driver is not strong, means the intelligence is not strong. So what will happen? The intelligence is not strong, what will happen? Yes, Hare Krishna. You're able to hear? Yeah, if the intelligence is not strong, what will happen?
We might go in a wrong direction.
Yeah, the chariot will go in the wrong direction. So yeah, we will go in the wrong direction. Very simple. Like suppose horse chariot is going on road and it sees some grass. So if the driver is not strong, the horses will go in the fields. But if he is strong, then he will control the horses and he will keep them in the road on the right direction. So our intelligence has to become strong. Now, how you make intelligence strong? By taking Dabur Chamanprash?
By chanting, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So sometimes we see that, okay, in advertisements that you take this tonic or you take this, your intelligence will increase. So here we are not talking about material intelligence. This is about spiritual intelligence. So that will increase by studying Bhagavad Gita and also by chanting Hare Krishna. Krishna will give you the intelligence, right intelligence, to control mind and senses. The intelligence, what is the characteristic of intelligence? Anybody knows?
Right decisions.
Yeah, it is having discrimination power. What is right, what is wrong? It discriminates. Okay. And characteristic of mind. What is a characteristic of mind? Like salt, the characteristic of salt is saltiness. Sugar is sweet. Mind, it is a storehouse of our impressions or whatever information is taken through senses. It is a storehouse of various things we take through senses. Okay. Mind is above the senses and above the mind is intelligence. So if intelligence and above intelligence is the soul, and even above intelligence, above the soul is super soul or God. So if you take shelter of God, He will control soul, intelligence, mind, senses, everything. And He will give the right intelligence to control mind, senses. So we should understand this properly. So because if you know this, we can easily control our mind. Like students, now for example, and also mind goes by emotions. Mind is very emotional. It is not rational. But intelligence is rational. It thinks. Now, for example, if a student is studying for exam, take this exam. Now he sits for exam, studies. Suppose there is a final World Cup match and if a student is attached to cricket. Now, normally what the mind will say? Anybody?
Scores. He is more eager to know about the score.
Yeah, he is eager to know. That is true. But what else? In the sense, what the mind will say? Yeah, score he wants to know. Mind will say, go and watch.
Yes.
Or exam, don't worry, after the match you can study. You have time. Or mind will say, create overconfidence. Anyway, you studied in the past, you can just revise tomorrow. You go and watch. The mind goes by emotions, attachments. But intelligence, if it is not very strong, whatever mind says, it will follow. There is a tug of war. Tug of war is actually a game where two teams are holding a rope, both sides, and they pull. Whoever is strong wins. So between mind intelligence, there is a tug of war always. So, but generally, who wins? In general, who wins? Guess.
Who is strong?
Yeah, who is strong?
Strong.
But I'm asking who is strong generally? Generally, the mind is strong in our case. Many times the mind takes over. So the mind takes over because it is strong. If you make intelligence strong, then it will control the mind. Like somebody's intelligence is strong, in the student example, then the intelligence will say, hey, you'll fail in the exam if you don't study. Oh, then the mind will be alert. No, I have to study now. I can watch later. But this is very important. Like that, we can give many examples how the mind and intelligent acts. Correct? So it is very important for us to understand this. So those who control their mind, they'll be very effective, both materially, spiritually. Those who don't control their mind, they cannot be effective anywhere. Okay. So now let's go to the next topic, Ashtanga Yoga. So what is this yoga? Is it some paranormal activity, or is it some physical exercise, gymnastics, or some austerity of the body? So we see that there are so many books also on yoga. Business yoga, this yoga, that yoga. There are so many types of yogas, books mentioned. So, but the word yoga, actually, okay, here it is not there. The word yoga actually means connecting ourselves with God. Yoga iti uchyate. So, if we learn to connect ourselves with God, okay, so that is yoga. Yoga is not just to keep our body fit. So, yoga is to connect to God so that the soul, body, mind, everything becomes happy or fit. We generally are only worried, we are generally worried about keeping only the body fit. But as we discussed, we are not just body, we are also soul. We are in the body. We are actually not this body, we are soul. So we have to also keep our soul also fit. But how do you keep the soul fit? How do you keep the soul fit? You go to gym. You have to go to spiritual gym, temple. Okay, so here the Ashtanga Yoga is being explained. These are the 8 steps in the Ashtanga Yoga. Okay. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. So we'll see now one by one. Yama. Yama is what are the do's, positive prescriptions. Like a doctor will give, you can take these foods which are favorable. Then he will say, don't take this, which are prohibited, which are not good for you. So that is niyama. So there is positive prescription, and there is also negative prohibitions, which we need to avoid. Then asana. Asana is sitting in a proper posture, like Padmasana, so that the body is controlled. Then pranayam, breathing, taking in, releasing out slowly, controlling our breath. So by pranayam, slowly the mind becomes controlled. Pratyahara, withdrawing the mind from external objects and keeping it on God. Dharana, controlling the mind, focusing it on the Supreme Lord, Paramatma in the heart. Dhyana, meditation on Vishnu. Samadhi, That so much meditation, absorption, that you forget everything around you. So this dharana, dhyana, samadhi, it is said, if you focus on any object for 16 seconds continuously without distraction, that is known as dharana. Then if you focus 16 by 16 seconds, it is dhyana. Then 16 by 16 by 16, it is samadhi. Okay. So now we all have option. So
Guruji, I have one doubt. Can you explain once again
actually,
this pratyahara? Pratyahara.
yeah, withdrawing the senses from sense objects, like our mind is going around the world, bringing the mind not from external sources to focusing on the Paramatma inside our heart, from external to internal, we can say. So these are the Ashtanga Yoga process mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita 6th chapter. But actually, this process is very difficult in Kali Yuga. Why? We'll see now. Why? Because first of all, in this process, it is mentioned Ashtanga Yoga, you have to go to forest because you need complete what you call a sacred place or a place free from all distractions. Because if there is so much distraction, sounds, you cannot focus. And you have to perform this for thousands of years. In the Satyuga, people used to live for many, many years. So they were going to forest and doing. Nor can one sit for long time. Asana. Okay. Nor can we do meditation for long time just by our mind. So all this is very difficult, you know. It is very difficult for the Kali Yuga people to do all this. Okay. So that's what here. Can anyone do this Ashtanga Yoga? Our mind is very agitated, right? In Kali Yuga. So we should have an unagitated mind. And they should have no material desires. Because if you have too many material desires, even if you go to forest, you will think of them all. And one should maintain complete celibacy. Like a lamp in windless place, how it is not getting distracted. So our mind should be so focused. And one should have regulated habits. So all this in Kali Yuga, actually to follow Ashtanga Yoga is almost impossible. Because we don't have that much capacity. Okay. So then Arjuna is telling that, oh Krishna, it appears impossible for us to do this system of yoga, which you have summarized. It is impractical and unendurable because the mind is restless and unsteady. So repeat this verse. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna. Please try to repeat. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna.
Chanchalam hi manah Krishna.
Chanchalam hi mana Krishna.
Ramati Bhalavadridam.
Ramati
Ramadi
Galakshya
balavadridam.
Tasyaham Nigraham Manye. Together.
Sham Nigraham
Tasyaham
Manye.
nigraham manye.
Vayoriva Subhuskaram.
Vayoriva
Vayo ivasu diksharam.
Yeah. Somebody read, please.
The mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate, and very strong. O Krishna, and to subdue it, I think is more difficult than controlling the wind.
Yeah. So the mind is very restless, chanchala. Like sometimes children you see, they're very restless, small children. They run here, there. To control is very difficult. Like monkeys also keep jumping. So our mind is like that. And very obstinate, ziddi. Like children, small children, sometimes they don't listen. Or people also. Like that mind doesn't listen to good advice. It is very strong. So Arjuna, we all know that he fought in the war. He got many weapons from devatas, even pleased Lord Shiva in the war, but Pashupati Astra, he defeated many demons in the heavenly planets and won the heart of even Indra. So he is telling that I can control the raging wind, but controlling this mind is not possible. It is more difficult than controlling it. So here he is saying that how tough it is to control the mind. Okay. So we should understand if a great warrior like Arjuna is telling it is difficult, then how we small people, small insignificant people, how we can control? Correct, no? For us, it is even more difficult. It is even more difficult to control the mind. So now, then what to do? In the case, okay, mind is chanchalam and what to do? So it is flickering, raises doubts due to attachments, and rationalizes attachments. Means it likes to do whatever it is attached to. Huh? And it cannot focus on other things. Like I gave the example of student attached to cricket. Huh? So, and is turbulent, breaks down all walls, does not ask permission. Means many times takes to wrong decisions. Correct? So, many times we are not able to control this mind. So, what we should do, here Krishna is telling now to control this mind. So, please repeat. Sri Bhagavan Vacha
Sri
श्रीभगवान्
Bhagavan Vacha
Asamshayam Mahabaho
Asamchayam
Asamsayam
Mahabaho
Mano Durnigraham Chalam.
मनो
All of you,
Mano
all of you
Graham
try,
Chalam.
all others actually reciting the Sanskrit verses, especially Bhagavad Gita. It will also help you to calm down your mind, spiritualize your mind, and your mind will be controlled by coming in touch with Bhagavad Gita. So please don't hesitate in reciting the verses. You will learn these verses by reciting. Okay. Mano Durnigraham Chalam
Mano
Manodurni
Durni Graham Chalam.
Abhyasena tu Kaunteya
अभ्यास
Abhyasa
Abhyasena tu Kaunteya
Antiya
Vairagena cha Grihyate.
Vaira.
वैराग्य
Vairagena cha Grihate.
Yeah. Please read someone the meaning.
Lord Sri Krishna said, O mighty armed son of Kunti, it is undoubtedly very difficult to curb the restless mind, but it is possible by suitable practice and by detachment.
Yeah. So it is very difficult for us to control this mind, restless mind. But if you practice and if you are detached, you can control this. Now, for example, if a small boy or small child wants to learn cycle, so he needs to practice. It's not that in one day you'll learn the bicycle. It takes time. And sometimes you may fall, you may get injured, but you should keep trying. So once you get fail, doesn't mean you should give up. Right? You should keep practicing. So that's what Krishna is also telling. What? You keep practicing and be detached from failure. Failures may come, but never give up. Problem is when failures come, people give up. Correct? So, but how to practice? What is a practice? Practice is chanting Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So by chanting Hare Krishna, mind will be controlled because who made this mind? Who made this mind? Yeah? Who made the mind?
Our Supreme Soul, sir.
Yeah, God. God made the mind. We cannot create this mind. So, because He made the mind, He can control the mind. So, He is telling to chant and He also study Bhagavad Gita. So, when you study scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, you develop strong intelligence. Okay? And by developing strong intelligence, you can control the mind. Very easy. Okay. So you should learn to chant Hare Krishna. How many of you are regularly chanting Hare Krishna? Can you please raise hand? Means daily, maybe 5 to 10 minutes.
I do, ma. I do, Prabhu. At least two
Huh?
mala. I do
Okay.
2 mala.
Oh, good, good. Others? Okay, totally 3 have raised hand.
Sometimes, Guruji.
Okay, okay. Others? Okay, others, please start. You have not started. At least 10 minutes. God has given us 24 hours. It's given by God only. Time is energy of God. So God gave us 24 hours. So can't we give no 10 minutes? So we should all chant and also study Bhagavad Gita 10-15 minutes. That will increase your intelligence by which you can control the mind. Okay. So this is about controlling the how to control the mind. Abhyasena vairagyena chakirgati. So practice, follow the 9 process of bhakti. Abhyasa, especially hearing and chanting, like you are hearing Bhagavad Gita, and avoid those which are distracting your mind. Okay, which take you away from God. Okay, so very easy formula, right? You accept things which are good for serving God, reject which are waste. Like many people waste time on mobile, just scrolling, 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 without, No, in the sense doing anything substantial, just watching this, watching that. Finally, nothing happens. So much time. Sometimes people waste hours and hours. Right? So instead of focusing on bad habits, you give up those bad habits and start the good habits of serving God. Okay, the next topic, what happens to those yogis who could not become successful? Okay, repeat. Prapya punya krita loka. Please repeat. Prapya punya kritam loka.
Prapta punya kram to lokan
Utsitva shashvati samah.
Usitva
utstva
Shashvati Sama.
sasvate sama
Suchinam Srimatam Gehe.
Sushinam
suchinam srimatam gehe
Yoga Brashto Vijayate.
Yoga
Yoga
Bhaktyo
yoga
Yoga
Vijaya.
brasto vijayat.
Yeah. Anybody would like to read?
The unsuccessful yogi, after many years of enjoyment on the planets of the pious living entities, is born into a family of righteous people or into a family of rich aristocracy.
So, when a yogi means who are bhakti yogis, actually we are supposed to become 100% pure. Yes, if you want to go to spiritual world where Krishna stays, the Goloka Vrindavan, only those who are fully pure, 100%, they are allowed to go. So those who are not pure, they have to stay here. So suppose somebody dies by after becoming only 30% pure. So they again take birth, as here it is mentioned, in a good family, but they will continue from 31%. But in material world, it's not like suppose you are a engineer or doctor. Suppose you complete and you start working, but after death, next life, you have to continue again from kindergarten, right? You can't say last life I was a doctor, so this life also directly make me a doctor or accept me. Huh? So you cannot do like that. So, but the path of Bhakti Yoga is not like that. Even if you are not successful, even if you are not successful, still what will happen? You can very easily, 1 minute, yeah. So you will again take birth and you can continue from where you ended. So God remembers your past and helps you in the next life. Huh? So who is the best of all the various kinds of yogis? The yogi, bhakti yogi, is greater than ascetic, greater than empiricist, greater than fruity worker. So we'll see what is that like there are different forms of yoga. Karma yoga means somebody who is offering the results of his work to God. That is a preliminary stage where you don't directly serve God, but you offer the results like somebody gives some donation to God. Then Dhyana Yoga is somebody who studies scriptures on their own. So they come to conclusion, different conclusions. They don't hear from a guru, proper guru. So it takes many lifetimes to come to proper conclusion. Then the Dhyana Yoga, they try to meditate on, as I told, Ashtanga Yoga, Dhyana Yoga is same. So both this Ashtanga Yoga, Dhyana Yoga are same. So what happens in Dhyana Yoga? It takes, as I said, thousands of years. Kali Yuga, it is not possible. Bhakti Yoga is the highest because it is very simple. Even a small child can also chant Hare Krishna. Anybody from any caste, any nation, any background, whether he is rich, poor, literate, illiterate, man, woman, anybody can do. Black, white. It's very easy. So the other things not everyone can do. And Karma Yoga also people can do, but it's very preliminary. It will take many, many lifetimes to come to the perfection. So that's why Bhakti Yoga is the highest. And you perform Bhakti Yoga, you get the result of all other yogas. Okay. So who is the topmost yogi? Yoginam api sarvesham
Yoginam
Yoginamapi
sarvesham
sarvesam
madgatenantaratmanah
Bhadyante Antra
Atmana.
Atma
Shraddhavan bhajate yo mam
Shraddhavan
Shraddhavan Bhajate
Shraddhavan bhajate yo man
same yuktatamo matah.
Same
same yukta
Yuktatama
tamo mataha.
Yeah. Can someone read?
And of all yogis, the one with great faith who always abides in midst of me within himself and renders transcendental loving service to me. He is the most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. That is my opinion.
Yeah. So somebody who is always serving the Supreme Lord in a loving service is the highest yogi. Okay. So by performing Bhakti Yoga, any ordinary person can also get the highest. Okay. He can also get the highest form of mercy. Okay. So this completes the 6th chapter, Bhagavad Gita. But can anyone tell some important points from the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita? Yes.
Today we get to know that mind and intelligence is the main which we have to control
Hmm.
in our life to get success and achievement.
Okay.
And we know about eight this powers dhyanas, eight dhyanas.
Hmm.
Mm, and bhakti yoga is the supreme yoga.
And how can we control the mind? Anybody? How do we control the mind?
After
Anybody?
physical
How do
By
we
practices,
reading
control?
Bhagavad Gita and by chanting Hare Krishna.
Yeah. And um, another thing is why Bhakti Yoga is highest?
Because other yogas, it's not possible in Kali Yuga. Only Bhakti Yoga is very easiest,
Hmm.
and that's the topmost.
Yeah. It's very easy. Anybody can do it. And when what is the result of unsuccessful yogi?
It takes some, years of time to come to a conclusion.
Yogi
Okay,
who could not become successful, born into a family of righteous people and into a family of rich aristocracy, Guruji.
correct. Yeah, and he will continue his practice until he becomes perfect. Correct. So now let us chant for a few minutes and then we'll end the class. Before that, any doubts? Anybody has? Regarding what we discussed today? Okay,
All clear, Guruji.
let's chant now. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram. So today is auspicious Ekadashi when it's considered the mother of devotion, when we can actually increase our chanting. Today, if we chant more this Hare Krishna, we can make more advancement. So I request all of you to actually take out time for chanting Hare Krishna. Okay. And also, if possible, you can come to temple. Our temple ISKCON Habits. Today being Ekadashi, very auspicious day. You can visit and take darshan of Lord. Okay. So thank you all very much for joining these classes, and you can invite also, you can tell this, share this knowledge with some of your friends and invite them also for these classes. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.